Hello everyone, Ariam here, and welcome back to another episode of Wild and Weird, where today we're talking about the aardvark, which is not an anteater. It may look like an anteater with its squat fuzzy body and very long snout, but the aardvark is completely unique. In fact, aardvarks are so unique they're the only living species left of their family and their order, meaning that in order to find living relatives of the aardvark, you have to trace all the way back up to their clade. And you'll never guess what their clade members are. I'll give you a second. Do you have your answers ready? It's elephants, manatees, and hyraxes. Hyraxes are their own individual weirdo that will be covered on this channel at some point, but it's essentially what looks like a really large guinea pig rodent type thing, but it's actually more related to elephants. Very strange, but it just adds to the mystery of the aardvark. Aardvarks are so aggressively the last members of their family line that in order to find them anyone that can show up at the family reunion, you have to trace all the way back to the superorder of placental mammals living in or originating from Africa. You know how many animals back that is? Aardvarks are truly a little weirdo left all alone. And it's pretty easy to tell that they are all alone. You might be able to claim, well, they have a long nose, maybe that's why they're related to elephants, but this animal doesn't really look like anything else. Its snout is long, like an anteater, like I mentioned, but that is likely just convergent evolution because it also feasts on ants, termites, and other bugs. They also have strange little hoof feet and a pig-like nose, despite not being related to pigs in any way. This is, again, convergent evolution. Those little hoof claws help them dig out their burrows and dig into ant hills or termite mounds, and that snuffly nose does exactly what it does for pigs. Helps them dig, snuffle, and slurp up food. It has large ears that kind of remind me of a donkey or a mule, but again, that's just because big ears help with heat dispersion in sub-Saharan Africa and help you keep an ear out for things like leopards, lions, wild dogs, and all the other terrifying things for a prey animal living in Africa. Overall, just a funny mishmash of animal traits that almost rivals a platypus in its almost chimeric form. This creature is so unique that it almost appears to be a complete hybridization of tons of other animals. But that's just because we have no very close family members to compare it to. One final aardvark fact is that while they almost exclusively live on ants and termites, they do eat one singular fruit, the aardvark cucumber. And if this is the first time you're learning that cucumbers and therefore pickles are actually fruits, I'm so sorry for your loss today. But anyway, the aardvark cucumber actually has a symbiotic relationship with the aardvark. Because the aardvark digs, finds the underground aardvark cucumbers, which grow a little bit like potatoes in a way. They eat them, they spread their seeds, and both the roots and the digging of the cucumber and aardvark, respectively, will soften the soil, allowing for both species to exist more easily in areas where the ground is often very dry and hard. So, look at this cute little piggy anteater snout, and remember that while the aardvark is pretty much completely alone in the world, he's completely unbothered as well, and forms symbiotic relationships with pickles. And that should remind you to smile.